County War. All right, and we got Checotah leading 52-49 and one was a tie. Got settled. Okay. So what do you know about Eufaula Ironheads?
Well, we're going to start off talking about Eufaula Ironheads. They lost in the week 1 to the number 2 Buy-In Wolverines, 44-6. But then they came back and they beat Holdenville in week number 2. And so it was a nice win for the Eufaula Ironheads. Talking to Coach Newton earlier this week on our Bravado Blitz. You can go back and check that out on our Facebook or YouTube page. He was very encouraged, had a good play from his running back, good play from his defense and his defensive backs. He's very happy. But his offensive line and defensive line are still really suspect. He has a lot of young players, and he has some injuries up front that has him concerned going into this game. He's still not sure who he's going to start where, so keep an eye out for the Eufaula Ironheads. Now, this is a rivalry, and anything goes in a rivalry, but they're going to be going up against a formidable opponent here, Brian. They're taking on the Checotah Wildcats, who the last 2 weeks have impressed quite a few people.
Yeah, in week 1, they beat a Keys team over at Keys, a young Keys team, on a game that you could see right here on Bravado TV. Last week they lost a heartbreaker to the number 7 4A Hilldale Hornets in a game that I didn't get to watch, but I heard it was all it was built to be. They're led on both sides of the ball by their freshman tailback, Fisher, who had right at 200 yards rushing last weekend, and then another 80 right at 80 yards receiving. And he had 6 tackles on defense, and he's still just a freshman. And again, I know that we touched on it when we had them. They're all led by their senior quarterback. That senior leadership really shows on the Checotah team.
All right, so folks, keep tuned in. We have a heck of a game for you tonight. Checotah Wildcats hosting the Eufaula Ironheads in the 103rd meeting of the McIntosh County War. And I guarantee you there's going to be some noses bloodied, and I hope there's not going to be guns drawn this time. There's going to be some head burn. Right here is one of them. So stick around, folks. Thanks for checking out our pregame show, and the game will be coming up shortly.
There is truly no place like home. Right here in Eastern Oklahoma, Bravado Wireless provides the best unlimited talk, text, and data for only $40 a month. We believe in strong, connected communities. That's why we live stream community events like local football games. You may not know us by name, but we'll be at the same festivals and cheering for our kids on the same sidelines. Because we live where you live. Visit bravadowireless.com or visit one of our stores, where we make it easy to join our family. Bravado Wireless. We believe in the power of connection.
evening and welcome to Ray Staff Field and Oval Field. We apologize up front, we're having some technical difficulties. At this time, would you please stand for the playing of our national anthem.
Got you. Whoever's running switcher.
Hey, Nate, I'm here too, though.
That's John.
Oh, John. I'm here too.
Yeah. Welcome back to Bravado TV. This is the home of the Checotah Wildcats. Checotah, Oklahoma, also home to Brian's favorite singer in the world, Carrie Underwood. Don't know, I'm just throwing that one out there. But we're here at Oval Field, Ray Grandstaff Stadium, and we are set. You just heard the national anthem, very nicely done by the Checotah band. And I think maybe we're finally getting some of these gremlins worked out here, Brian. And here we are. We get to see Checotah for the second time. It will be our second time with Eufaula, but we had a lightning storm we had to bail out of last week. But I actually went and watched Checotah last week, so I've seen Checotah the first 3 weeks of the season. I have a pretty high opinion of them, and I think they have one of the best offensive lines in 3A, if not one of the top 10 offensive lines in the state in all the classes.
We were both really impressed with him in the first few minutes.
Yep, they do. They have mostly upperclassmen. You're correct.
So, led by a senior quarterback, good things can, I bet you that
You know, now on the flip side, we talked about this in pregame a little bit, and we forgot to give our predictions here on pregame, so we forgot about that. But on the flip side, you have Eufaula that travels into this 103rd meeting between the two schools. Checotah has a 52-49 advantage, and there's one tie in there. But on the other side, Coach Newton, he's struggling. He's got a lot of young kids, and he has a lot of kids that maybe not necessarily underclassmen, but don't have the reps and the field time that they need yet.
Yeah, the same story as the first week. Eufaula's looking to get some growth out of some of the younger players. He's probably still trying to identify some of these younger players who are going to be the guy going forward. He's probably looking for some dogs a little bit. You know, some of them kids that got that dog in them that are going to compete their butt off and kind of lead them into next year, you know.
Now, we talked about this a little bit on the Bravado Blitz that we we shoot every week. And folks, if you haven't had a chance to check it out, we right now we're sitting at about 5,000 views on our first 3 weeks, and it's something you really need to take a look at. But forgot where I was going because we got the coin toss right now. So coin toss out on the field for Checotah. I'll take Checotah, Brian, if you want to take Eufaula. Is number 4, Kay Shropshire, your quarterback. Number 56, Chase Wren. And number 21, Colin Roberts. And then, of course, the injured young man is Zion Nichols, the starting running back for Checotah that hadn't played a game yet.
Yeah, I'm afraid that he may get Wally pipped here because I don't know that he may get some playing time, but I think Fisher's got a headlock on that position right now.
Right.
For the Eufaula Ironheads, they're led out onto the field by their captains, number 12, Brock Willoughby, 22, Noah Alexander, 25, Corey Crabtree, and number 59, Ty Pippinger.
Let's talk about Zion Nichols for a minute. Zion injured his foot in the second scrimmage of the game. And
of the season.
I'm sorry, second scrimmage of the season, excuse me. And he hasn't seen the game time yet. We've had a freshman, Dontre Fisher, in there, and Fisher has literally ran wild the first 2 games of the season.
Again, for me, he's impressive because of his patience. You know, he's running behind a veteran offensive line, and he's probably leaning on his quarterback a little bit to kind of guide him through this. But the patience in his runs, how he sets up his blocks. You see a lot of young kids a lot of times either trying to bounce it outside because they're used to outrunning people or not being patient with the runs, not letting it develop. But he's setting up his blocks. He's taking what's there. You know, we did that whole game against Keys, and in the first half it was a competitive game, and he never got dropped for a loss.
Right, and you know, and he learned more patience. So someone won the toss there. I didn't see it. I was looking at you talking. Whoever won the toss is going to defer to the second half, and let's see the umpire here.
I think you follow one and deferred.
Okay, so Checotah will receive, and they will defend the west end zone, and Eufaula will defend the east end zone. But, you know, I talked to Coach, or talked to the athletic director and Coach Hendricks for Checotah before the game, and we talked specifically about Nichols, and he said, well, they're not going to rush it because, let's face it, Fisher is doing a very nice job.
Yep.
And they don't want to throw him in there when he's 80%, you know, even 90%. They want him 100%, and they want him back. So when he does come back, and hopefully will be in the meat of the season, and he can help them make a playoff run.
Yeah, it'll be fresh legs.
Right.
You know, the body hadn't taken a pounding, and he adds another dimension to their offense.
It's kind of like in the NFL when those guys hold out. They hold out and they miss the first 2 games or 3 games of the season, and they're really, really fresh on game 15, or the guys that didn't miss any time are kind of a little rubber leg.
Yep, they look a step faster just because they hadn't had the pounding for the first 4 or 5 weeks.
So, but, you know, and if you're a Checotah fan, you really have something special here. So you need to keep an eye on them or watch us as we cover them. Eufaula fan, I've seen some of the remarks on Facebook, and I think what's cool is a lot of them, they understand they have a lot of young kids. And they're not getting frustrated. You know, didn't have some of them in the offseason like they should have, but for the most part, they've been fairly happy with the play. They're growing every week.
Yeah, and you can tell that they still support it, even in a big rivalry game, that they're probably a pretty good-sized underdog. They traveled well. I know it's not very far, but those stands across the field from us are full. Whoa.
That caught me off guard.
We're under attack.
We are we're in the heart of Oklahoma under attack, but, yeah, those fireworks went off. Kind of shocked me a little bit.
Ooh. So
the Wildcats come out on the field, flying flags.
And full of fanfare.
Full of fanfare. Had a nice spirit line. Eufaula's gathered in the east end zone. Checotah's gray pants with blue jerseys and a blue helmet with a C. Eufaula is maroon pants, white jersey, and white helmet with the Iron Man.
With their trademark Iron Head.
Trademark Iron Head, that's correct.
Yep.
Real close to like a Trojan or a Spartus.
Very, very different from Marvel Comics Iron Man.
Very different, right? They maybe that's a moniker they could take up. Yeah, that'd be very neat.
Now, I bet you they could use Tony Stark as a booster about now.
They sure could. They might need Hulkbuster tonight.
Yeah.
So
they get you some of those guys for Eufaula look like they need to start eating at that Bama table, start gaining some weight.
Right. So we are on the field, and the clock is set at, boy, that pole was just right in our way to see the clock. 12 minutes.
I think we're about to put toe to leather, Eric. Let's go.
Back to receive will be Fisher. Trenton Dan and
Jacob Barrett, that receiver.
Barrett. Yeah, Barrett's the one that has a great game against Keys.
Yep. Had the pick six, had the really, really nice catch, but he was prone to kind of losing focus a little bit and drop some easy ones.
And it looks like kicking for the Ironheads is 69. I don't have a 69.
59.
Ty Pippinger.
It looks like he's a little bit of a do-it-all for Eufaula, because I know on our depth chart, our players to watch and our starters, he's in yellow on both sides of the ball. He's kicking.
He's all over the place.
And he's a sophomore, so it looks like maybe Eufaula's maybe building a little bit around him. He's a good-looking athlete. He doesn't need to eat at the Bama table.
No, he looks like he's been eating some mashed potatoes.
Oh, it's an onside.
Onside, deep onside, bounces into the hands of.
Uh-oh.
Holy cow.
Oh, no, he's gone. He
is all the way down, and that is.
Take it to the limo.
Selikro Howard. Selikro Howard, holy cow. Just like that, onside kick goes awry, 60-yard return. And
you can tell he wasn't in that position very much, because when he caught it, he looked around like, hey, what do I do now? And then he just looked at the field. He had an escort, an armed escort up the field.
Here's our replay right here. I almost thought he was going to just take a knee there for a second. And he just opened up a lane and he was gone. Certainly not how Coach Newton for Eufaula drew it out.
Yeah, he's the defensive back that first year that tackled really, really high all the time.
Yes.
He made the tackle.
Swinging gate is going to flip it over to Collins. Collins is going to walk in, and two-point conversion is good.
Well, he held up a little bit early there before he actually scored. Did you see that?
Yeah, he did.
Who was that, 21?
That was Collins, yeah, number 21, Colin Roberts, excuse me. Colin Roberts.
You know, that when they had Keys, they lined up in that swinging gate formation, but they always came back. That's the one where Shropshire is actually, the quarterback is actually the center.
Right, right. And if you noticed how he just slung it over to the side, so.
I think it's a numbers game there. The coach probably has a signal or something. If the numbers match up, they'll throw it outside.
Right.
You know, if they just want a regular kick, they'll go into the formation.
Right. So just like that, we literally 11:48 left on the clock. So do the math for me here. What was that? 42 seconds?
Yep.
22 seconds, excuse me. 22 seconds, and we have a score.
Yep, looks like Noah Alexander for Eufaula is going to try and answer this with Angel Lannis kicking off. I don't remember Angel Lannis from that first week. I remember that kicker they had those bright orange.
Had the bright orange shoes.
Where's he at? Is that him down there?
He's down there on the sideline, right?
Yep. He did a pretty good job for him. That's another short. It's a squib kick. This time they just took it out of bounds. Number 3, John Bailey for Eufaula. Minimal gain there. Was it 3 yards maybe?
Maybe 3 or 4 yards. And that will set them up 1st and 10. Oh, goodness, I'm going to slap Coach Hendricks around with not putting hash marks on this field. So 1st and 10, and that'll be about the 30, we'll call it the 36, 37.
36, yeah.
36, 37-yard line, somewhere right there.
Well, let's see if this young Ironheads team can get something going. They just took a punch in the mouth. Let's see if they can pull themselves up off the canvas.
So Ironheads come out, shotgun formation, tailback sits to his left. Fitter is going to roll out, throws the pass, and it's going to be about an 8-yard gain, and caught by number 3, Bailey.
Yeah, he was the kick returner.
So Fitzer, sophomore, will get the call at quarterback. Bailey split out wide this side of the field this time. Fitzer in the backfield. And
he's a young quarterback. He's a sophomore.
Sophomore quarterback. That'll be Noah Alexander, sophomore running back, that will get the
Fisher
handoff.
And a host of Eufaula. They're having a party in the backfield right now.
So minimal gain, and well, we'll bring up a third and 1. So we'll call it a 1-yard gain.
Andrew Arden helped out there on the stop for Checotah.
Logan Kritzmeyer is the wide receiver up top. Bailey on the bottom.
It's cover 0. There's no safety help.
Handoff this time.
They got the first.
To 24.
The 40. They got to the 49.
Do I have my number wrong on the running back?
I think it's 24. Logan. No. Logan.
I don't have a 24 on my roster.
I don't
here.
either.
I'm guessing someone probably changed jersey.
The surprise. Who's it listed as a starting tailback? What number is he?
Zach Anderson, number 10.
Well, that's not number 10.
And nice throw and catch, rolling out to his right, caught by Kurtzmeyer, senior wide receiver for the Ironheads.
Logan Kurtzmeyer on the reception. This is another quick first down. They've got a little something going right here. I'll be dang. They got a secret weapon. 24's in the backfield.
And, hey, I've been on those teams where the jersey gets misplaced or lost in the laundry, and someone's had to pick up another one. So that might be Anderson, but we'll double-check here as soon as we get a break.
Or he may just have forgotten it.
And that's a possibility as well.
We got two split
Fisher
out
hands off to 24, and
it's a minimal gain. What do you get, 3 there? Maybe 4? Well, they're marking him for about 3. They're running with a little bit of tempo here. They're going they got 2 wide receivers to the field in that last set. Just a little zone read action. Number 4 and number 3 are your wide receivers. Same set here. The tailback 24 is offset to the quarterback's left. It's a second and about 8, 9. He's back to pass. Uh-oh. And he threw it right to number 11,
that's Howard.
player of the game.
Howard again. And Howard's got a chance. He could take it all the way.
Oh, they got him.
Finally brought down at the 35. We're going to call it the 34. I stepped away just for a second to see if anybody else had the 24 on their roster. And here's the replay.
You could see that they fooled the young quarterback there. He'd been looking up through the first part of the game and seeing man coverage. Well, they dropped back into a zone, and he was just throwing it to a spot, and he just threw it right into that zone, number 11.
He was sitting there waiting on it.
Boy, didn't come any easier than that. What did he get, about a 30-yard return on that? And Checotah's emptied the backfield out. They don't have a tailback. They're going empty here. Just a quarterback, 5 wide receiver look.
So Shropshire, shotgun formation by himself, 5 wide receivers. And Shropshire's going to look, pumps it.
Oh,
he's on the run, and he's got some room. And going to put it down close to a first down. So a 10-yard gain for Shropshire.
I almost wonder if that was designed for that, because they spread the field way out. He dropped back. He didn't look like he was real intent on throwing that ball.
Well, I mean, why not? You've got a nice running quarterback. Spread it out, open up the lanes, and let him go. Yep. Shropshire again. This time he has Fisher set beside him. Hands off to Fisher. Fisher up the middle. And going to be a 5, maybe 5.5-yard gain. We'll call it a 5-yard gain there, Brian.
Jake Pippinger on the stop there. I have a feeling we're going to be calling Pippinger out quite a bit this evening. Fisher's offset again to the quarterback's right.
2 wide receivers on top, 2 on bottom. Fisher to the right of Shropshire. Shropshire drops back, is going to throw, and had to climb the ladder a little bit. I thought, boy, it's a 7-yard pickup, but I thought it was going to be picked off.
Yeah. Well, that was they came out that first drive. That's when he made that really nice catch. It was the same sort of look. The corners are playing off coverage. He just sat down in a little curl zone.
And that was Nick Jones, sophomore. I thought had a nice read on it.
Yep.
Hands off to Fisher. Fisher,
Oh.
wow.
Yeah, man. Who was that came up and stuck his head in there? That was 18.
That was number 18, Jace Pippinger.
Yep.
One of the Pippinger boys.
Yep. I have a feeling we're going to be calling a Pippinger. What year is he?
Pippinger is a senior. That Pippinger is a senior.
Okay.
There's a couple Pippingers.
Oh, boy. Little brother's bigger than big brother.
Yeah. Now, I see 24 out there in linebacker. That's got to be Zach Anderson because he's supposed to be the starting outside linebacker. And
A little zone read action. I think if Shropshire had that one to take back, I think he would have had it because that defensive end was crashing down hard on Fisher. He had a lot of green if he would have kept that ball.
so this will bring up a 3rd and
12?
I'm going to call it a 13. 3rd and 13. That's what they have on a board also. 3 wide receivers to his right. Shropshire takes the snap. It's going to roll to his right. Looks deep.
Oh,
And,
they got Fisher on a hold there.
Well, and he had number 33, Luke Collette, open in the about an 8-yard out pattern.
They got
Unable to connect.
Fisher held the defensive end. He was on that little rollout. He was the lead blocker. And I was just about to compliment him. He made the first. He hit the guy first. Oh, they declined the penalty.
They declined. So that'll bring up 4th and 13. And Checotah's kicker is not as good as
He's not
what they would like him to be.
Yep.
3 wide receivers to the right. Fisher sets to the left, fakes to Fisher. No, hands
it's a
up,
reverse.
reverse. And it
I
looks
think they
like
got him. They did. They got him.
wow.
That was blocked. When he first got the ball, Eric, I don't know about you, but I thought he was going to get 13 yards.
I don't disagree with you, but Eufaula did a great job staying home.
Yeah,
You know,
John Bailey, the receiver, he one-on-one tackle in the open field, and he made the stop.
That's one thing Coach Newton said that he really stressed to his defense was to stay home and protect your area.
Yep.
So that will be a turnover on downs. Eufaula will have the ball at the 16-yard line.
That's a good stop for the young Ironheads.
Very good stop. Fisher in the backfield.
Oh.
Hard count gets the Wildcats to jump.
Yep. And I think that was 4 or 5 of the.
That was pretty much the whole defensive line.
Hey, we'll blame it on Andrew Arden, but it was him and a host of others.
Look at that good-looking Bravado sign back there in the background of our shot there. 8 minutes and 36 seconds left in the first quarter. Fisher to quarterback, 4 wide receivers. Going to toss it out to his left. Got a wide receivers and nice move on the sideline.
Oh, he's
fighting for yards.
That's 14.
That was
Connor Jenkins again? No, I'm sorry. Slade Williams.
Slade Williams, freshman wide receiver.
Right before the snap, they showed blitz with the linebacker, and the quarterback just looked up, and it was basically a cover 4 look because this free safety had to come over and cover that slot.
That's
so
18. That was Jace Pippinger.
So he had plenty of room to run.
So excuse us, Jace. We couldn't see that far away, and we see it on the replay. 3 wide receivers on the bottom, 1 up top. Hard count once again by
you gotta
Fisher.
snap that ball. It looks like they're showing blitz again. It looks like they're coming off the corner with number 11. Let's see if they come.
They do. High snap.
Uh-oh.
Fisher
They got
handles it
him.
and sacked and fumbled.
I think 78 got that. Oh, he covered it. Did he cover it back up?
Covered it back up, and that was recovered by Fisher. Here's the replay right here. Nice shot on our sideline cam. Take a look at that high snap. Wow, that got way up there. And then here comes, that's Colin Roberts on the outside linebacker blitz.
Yep. And they may have had some there. It looked like they were setting up a little shovel pass because the back stepped in and then in front.
4 wide receivers. Gets out quickly. Pippinger, and it's going to go back to the original line of scrimmage. Yep. So almost a 10-yard gain. So that brings it a manageable 3rd and 10.
Bailey McIntosh on the stop there. Coming up from his linebacker spot.
You know, the Ironheads haven't passed very much their first 2 games. They've relied on the running game. So maybe they're trying to take that big offensive or big defensive line of Checotah out of this
game. Yep. They're probably giving the young quarterback a one-read look. If this isn't there, go. Don't throw into anything else. If this is here, throw it here. If not, go.
3 wide receivers on the bottom, 1 up top. Fisher takes the snap.
They're coming off
He's
the
gonna look
corner
to his
again.
right, and
there it is.
he's got him open, and that's number 3.
Is that Bailey? Bailey's
John Bailey once
yeah,
again.
He keeps showing up.
Bailey's shown up, and that's a 7-yard gain.
They ran the interior receivers on goes, and he ran right up under them.
So we're going to mark it as an 8-yard gain.
Jacob Barrett there on the stop.
4th and 2 now, and the Ironheads will line up to go for it. 2 wide receivers split on both sides. Hard count by Fitzer. He looks back over to coach, gets a sign. Now the snap's going to look to his left, and a little short pattern. Got him once again, Pippinger.
Hey, I'm telling you, Eufaula's found a little something on this, on the field side or on the boundary side. They've come with corner blitz, or they've brought pressure off that boundary side, and both times they've come with it, they've thrown over it. And the coach is calling it. You can see because the quarterback didn't look anywhere else. So I think they've got a little scouting going on there.
Well, you know, both coaches have coached together and are longtime friends. 4 wide receiver set. Fitzer takes the snap. Looks back, got pressure. Sidesteps
nice.
It's going to go deep. He's got a man. And just overthrew
him.
Was that, it's number 4.
That's 14.
Kurtzmeyer.
Yep.
So Logan Kurtzmeyer just couldn't get there.
I don't think he thought he was going to get the ball because he held up there around the 20. And then when the quarterback let it go, he tried to turn on the afterburners.
Yeah, I don't think he was the read. But Fitzer had to check off and go deep.
There's a lot of looking at the sidelines for Checotah right now, so I think they're seeing a lot of stuff they have not seen yet.
Well, I have a feeling that this is a formation that Eufaula normally does not run. 3 wide receivers on the bottom, 1 on top. Fisher takes a snap. He's going to hand off down up the middle, and nice run by Noah Alexander, sophomore, another one of those young guys, Brian.
I tell you what, man, after the initial play in a game you were heavy underdogs, a young team, Eufaula's answered the bell, man. They're right there. What are we, more than midway through the first quarter?
Midway through the first. And
actually, we're down to 3 minutes, so they've hung in there for the first play of the game to go 50-something yards for a touchdown. They're right there.
3rd and 6, shotgun formation, 3 on the bottom, 1 up top. Alexander remains your running back.
Looks like Fisher's coming off the edge this time. They're showing blitz in the middle too.
And got him scrambling.
He's going to be short, but man, he did a good job there. Bailey McIntosh, he was set up there to make the stop in the open field, and the quarterback knew he was dead to rights, and watch, the quarterback just decides he's going to get 2 or 3 more yards.
Yeah, it's going to be a 5-yard run if it stands. It doesn't. It's going to be a holding call. So a holding call will back him up 10 yards, and it's a spot foul. So that was a late flag because Fitzer had already been downfield when the flag was thrown. So, but that'll bring up 3rd and 18. So, okay, they're going to call it 3rd and 17. So, Brian, you just try to pick up 7 or 8 yards here.
Yeah, you're right around midfield right now, I think.
So 4 wide receivers, 2 top, 2 bottom. Hard count once again. Fitzer.
They're showing pressure off the edge again. The Eufaula coaches over there signaling it in are doing a good job to get Eufaula to tip what they're doing.
Blitz coming. Fitzer has to roll to his left, and he's going to be sacked by the big number 56. And that's the big where is he?
Walker.
I just said his name. Yeah, Caden Walker.
Yep.
Oh, sorry, thank you. Caden Walker. I lost him there.
Yeah, they're going to have to punt it now. That was a little wrinkle from Checotah. They did bring pressure off the side, but instead of the free safety staying in center field, they rolled him up tight so they wouldn't get those free 7-8 yards, you know. And so when he looked up, he didn't have an outlet. He had to eat that one.
So Checotah counters with a stingy defense, and maybe think they have figured out a little bit of this new Ironhead wrinkle. So this will force a punt. 4th and 28 is what they call it.
And again, though, that came, I mean, it was set up to be 3rd and 1, 3rd and 2, and the holding just killed it.
Punts away, a flat punt.
Oh, no.
Right to Howard. No, excuse me, that is Barrett.
Yep.
Barrett
reverses
field twice, and it's going to be dragged down. Was real lucky. I thought he almost got a face mask.
Yeah, it kind of looked that way. Nick Jones on the stop there for Eufaula.
That will set up Checotah, and they will be at the, if they'll spot the ball, I'll give you where it's at. They're going to spot it at the 28-yard line. So 28-yard line, and
see if
they must have an official timeout because they've sent both teams to the sideline. And this will be a good opportunity to take a quick Bravado commercial. So, folks, stick around with us. We'll be right back.
Hey, Demi, can you hear us?
No, she can't hear us.
Hey, you guys in the truck, can you let her know that at halftime, if she talks to the Checotah coach, to ask him if Eufaula did something a little different than what they had seen on film?
Offensively?
You know, offensively, there was a lot of looking over at the sidelines like, hey, we hadn't seen this.
Bravado Wireless. We believe in the power of connection.
That's kind of what we're guessing.
And we are back. I'm not sure what the stoppage was about. Did you see anything out there, Brian?
No. You know, they're big into these days taking water breaks. My son plays soccer, and, boy, they'll enforce those water breaks. Let's see. Checotah's in like a 5-2 set, almost a bare front. And they're giving – uh-oh.
Fisher to the sideline. Spins around, still going, still fighting off Eufaula Ironheads. Finally pushed out of bounds at the 48 of Eufaula.
Noah Gray on the stop. Finally pushed him out there.
Nice moves by Fisher. You can see it on the replay.
Yeah, you could see those linemen were blocking down, and the tight end kicked that guy out, and there was a hole that the Bravado van could have driven through, Eric. I tell you.
The big bus?
The bus.
The bus.
I guess van is a misnomer. That's a mini bus.
Big Bravado bus. Hand off. Nope. Shropshire keeps it. Zone read right. Yep. Boy, that just makes me nervous. I think they're going to get a face mask on that one. So Shropshire will get about a 7-yard gain. Flags fly.
Yep. Jay Peppinger on the stop there. Let's see if they get him for a face mask. Our spotter is telling us that he's pretty sure it's going to be a face mask. Oh,
it's going to be a targeting or head to head.
I didn't see that. Let's see, they called that targeting. I'm not sure where they got that call at. I'd like to see the replay just to see what they saw.
Yeah. I didn't see it as targeting, but I thought, but I wasn't right there. The official was a few feet. All right, Shropshire takes snap. Once again, is going to zone read down through the middle and going to get wrestled down.
And the ball comes out very late. Hey, I want to see who's number 8. Who's number 8 for Eufaula?
Let's see. 18th Pippinger made that tackle.
Larry Rhea. Hey, watch his stance here. He's playing the smallest defensive tackle ever. Well, he's an end in this set. But watch him, buddy. He is in a sprinter's stance.
Yeah.
Watch him. Ooh.
Ray.
4-point stance, buddy.
Larry Ray.
There he is. Look at him.
Handoff Fisher. Fisher stripped middle. Got a hand on him. He's going to spin away. Finally going to be brought down by your man Ray.
Yep.
Right there.
Pippinger made the initial hit in the backfield. 59 Pippinger, the younger Pippinger. Ty Pippinger. Man, that's a football name, you know.
That is, yeah.
Yeah.
Jet Pippinger, you know.
Ty Pippinger. That just screams tough.
Screams linebacker.
Yeah, man.
Shropshire takes snaps. He's going to look out to his right. He's got a man open, and I believe it's Barrett. It is Barrett.
Yep.
Spins away from 2 and still goes. I tell you what, these Checotah Wildcats, Man, they do such a tremendous job of getting yards after the catch.
We hadn't. He spins out of that first one. Who had him? Who was the first one that hit him?
That'll bring up 1st and goal, and the ball is placed on the, I believe it's just inside the.
I think that's the end of the first quarter.
End of the first quarter. Well, end of the first quarter, and we are in the red zone. Ball on the 5-yard line. We'll take a timeout as well, get us a drink of water. We'll be right back in about 30 seconds. I guess because I said the TV. Oh, someone hit that camera, so they're moving it. And then I texted and said that our screen just kept going black. I checked all my connections. It's got to be something there.
Provides the best unlimited talk, text, and data for only $40 a month. We believe in strong, connected communities. That's why we live stream community events like local football games. You may not know us by name, but we'll be at the same festivals and cheering for our kids on the same sidelines. Because we live where you live. Visit bravadowireless.com or visit one of our stores, where we make it easy to join our family. Bravado Wireless. We believe in the power of connection.
All right, we are back to Checotah, Oklahoma, Ray Grandstaff Stadium, Ogle Field, and we have kind of a shocker here, 8-0 for the home team, and a lot of people thought they would be a lot more one-sided than that. Eufaula has come into this rivalry game and done very good.
First and goal.
Be first and goal, and let's see, we'll have a better idea where the ball's spotted here. It looks like it's on about the 7. Yep. So the ball's on the 7-yard line, first and goal from the 7 of Eufaula.
Eufaula's in there, or Checotah's in their familiar backfield with Shropshire quarterback, Fisher offset right, twin receivers to the right.
Bottom of your screen, yeah, and watch Colin Roberts, but they're going to hand off to Fisher down the middle, and he'll get down to almost the goal line.
Yep, number 3 from Eufaula was in on that stop, John Bailey. I'll tell you what, man, that's a football player.
Line up, tight formation this time.
Second and goal from the 1.
Should be quarterback sneak, and it is, and Shropshire
got it in.
Shropshire goes in easily, and a swinging gate comes out once again for Checotah. So Shropshire with a 1-yard run.
They're looking back at the sidelines. I'm sure that the coach is calling this what he wants. There goes
Slings it over once again, and Colin Roberts, but he tripped this time.
Yep.
Doesn't get in. Trips on his own offensive lineman.
Well, they got a little bit of penetration there. 70 pushed his man into the backfield, so Eufaula did a better job that time of defending that. 70 just drove his man back into the backfield. Who's 70 for Eufaula there? Daniel Atwood, senior. Now, when the quarter ended, I don't know, Checotah's coach, he stomped onto the field like he had something to say to his kid. I'd be interested to see. He didn't look pleased. It was the walk of a man that had something to say and wanted everybody to hear him.
I noticed that he kind of lit a little fire underneath him, saying, I'm sure he's saying, guys, we've got to make those blocks that this young Ironhead defense is getting in our backfield. I don't like that.
Yep. But they found a lot of room running off the left side in that little zone read. I don't know that they've run right tonight, so whatever they've seen on tape, it's that undersized defensive end that they're running at. They must like it.
Great night for football here in Checotah, Oklahoma. Made famous by, I guess, the Carrie Underwood song.
Yeah, didn't she mention Eufaula?
She does, because she said when the Wildcats beat the Ironheads or
on homecoming or
something of such, yeah. But did you know there's an NFL player that came from right here, Checotah, Oklahoma?
I do. His name escapes me right at the moment.
Tracy Scroggins played for University of Tulsa and then the Detroit Lions, was a linebacker. Kick is away. It's a deep kick and takes a favorable bounce for the Wildcats.
Oh,
Anderson and got spun.
22 for
That was Noah Alexander.
And Andrew Arden on the stop there. I think he should have kept going outside on that.
He tried to pull it back
Yeah.
and probably should have tried to go ahead and
Kickoff
bounce
is
it
one of
out.
those deals. Once you make a decision, you've got to go.
Right.
Unless you're special.
You can't
Yeah,
second.
don't second. You
yeah.
stop with them gunners coming down the field. You're just asking to get depleted.
Unless you're a Dexter or a Hester,
Devin Hester,
or a Tyreek Hill, you just go.
or dare I say, Peter Warwick, or Tamrick Vanover from the Florida State
I
University.
tell you what, Warwick was a nice return man. Little different formation. We have a
a full house backfield.
full house backfield. Going to hand it off to
Oh.
Alexander, and little crossbuck action out of the shotgun.
Donterre Fisher on the stop there.
And that freshman. So Eufaula has now gone to a two-back set out of the shotgun formation.
Let's see if Checotah can make some adjustments to what they're doing, because again, I keep going back to it, I know, but I think that Eufaula's showing some things that Checotah hadn't seen yet.
3 wide receivers, 2 men in the backfield. Fitzer this time is going to throw shallow. Kurtzmeyer has it, makes 1 man miss, 2 man, stiff arms, and finally pushed out of bounds after about a 15-yard gain.
11 missed the initial one, the initial tackle.
That's Howard.
Yep, so Rico Howard, he's trying to tackle up high. We talked about that at Keys, that was going to come back and bite him at some point.
It's probably a good thing Howard outran the defender, because he could have got called for a holding call.
Yep.
He was sure reaching for that jersey. But nice move by Kurtzmeyer.
And Matt Clover eventually made the stop on that.
Same
14.
formation, 2 receivers on the bottom, 1 on top, 2 men in a backfield with Fisher. High snap, going to fake it to Anderson, going to roll back, and boy, I'm not really sure what the play call was on that, but everyone looked lost.
Well, Checotah collapsed the right side. They were bringing a little bit of pressure off that side. And Bobby Morton on the stop there. Yeah, when he turned that back in, a bunch of those backside defenders said, "Thank you very much, sir."
So that goes for a long 1 yard. We'll call it a 2-yard loss. Short 2, so that brings up 2nd and 12. Something the Eufaula Ironheads don't need is negative plays.
Yeah, they need to stay ahead of the chains to keep on time. So to
2
speak.
wide receivers up top. High snap. Fisher holds on to it. It's going to roll out to his right. Nowhere to run. He's going to be pounded in the backfield. Holy cow. Big defensive lineman, number 74,
6.
Bobby Morton.
And 6 was back there. 13 was back there. Yeah.
Here's our
Was that a
replay.
screen? Were they trying to set up a screen?
I don't think so. They were still engaged. And Morton, he just finished it off.
Boy, hey, now, it's flea flicker time. A lot.
We've got 3rd and 26.
It's closer to 30 than it is 26.
It's closer to 3rd and 30 than anything.
It's 3rd and flea flicker time, guys. Let's
And
go. Let's see it.
2 men in the backfield, 3 wide receivers, 2 up top. Fitzer, the quarterback, takes snap, looks to his right, and he's got a little slip screen.
Yeah, that was a bad read by Bailey there. I think he should have kept coming inside with that. He had more yards. He wasn't. It didn't look to me like he was going to get the first down either way, but he should have kept coming inside on that.
So connects with Bailey. Bailey picks up a handful, and so this will force another punt by the Ironheads, and back deep is our friend Barrett.
Yep. After after kind of a shaky start for the Checotah defense, they've settled in very well.
Wobbly punt. It's going to bounce. It's going to take a Eufaula roll. Kind of dies right at the 44-yard line, so that's where it'll be stopped.
Nick Jones there to down it, number 1 for the Ironheads.
So Checotah will take over on their own 44-yard line.
Up 14-0.
8 minutes and I believe 29 seconds. It's hard to see the clock because there's a light pole that's directly in our way.
Yep, you were right. It's 8:29. This is going to be a big drive. I know we said that the last time for Eufaula, but this game could get away from them in a hurry because Checotah is going to get the ball coming out at halftime, and we know what Checotah looks like after halftime. So they don't want to let this game get away from them right now.
Checotah plays a very good third quarter ball. 3 wide receivers, 2 on the bottom, 1 on top. Fisher in the backfield with Shropshire. He's going to hand off to Fisher up the middle. Met with a couple of Ironhead defensive linemen there.
in there again. Will 58. Eli Adams 17 and 58.
Had a number 11 in
Jeremy
there somewhere.
Dock.
No, that's you're looking. 11 is Noah Gray.
And then 58 was Kendon Watson Jr.
So about a half-yard gain. They're going to give him 1, so we'll call it 2nd and 9. Shropshire looking to his right, overthrows number 23, and that is Hunter Hamilton.
Yeah, you know, Shropshire's off tonight.
He's
not as sharp as he has been.
well, he took a lot of shots last week at Hilldale.
Yeah. Of course, man, when you got that back, I don't know, the easiest way to make a quarterback sharper is just keep handing it to him.
Brings up 3rd and 9, 4 wide receivers, 2 top, 2 bottom. Shropshire takes snap, going to look, and
batted down, almost picked off there by 24.
And I believe
Adams.
Anderson, I believe. Anderson.
Jacob Fitzer.
No, Zach Anderson. Because, well, that's who we think it is, number 24, because we're missing number 10. So I think that's Anderson that's wearing number 24. But what I was going to say was that he was looking for Colin Roberts, who had ran a curl route about 8 yards deep. Quick kick.
Quick kick there.
And
good stop for the Ironheads there, man. That's good stuff right there for them.
Well, you called it and you said that they needed to make that stop to, if anything else, for morale to kind of rally the troops.
We don't know just yet. It looks like it's going to be right on the 30. The ball looks like the quick kick went out of bounds at about the 30. Yep, they're marking it at the 30. And we've got another official's timeout here, guys. I'm not exactly sure what this is all about.
I don't either. So 1st and 10 on the 30-yard line with 7 minutes and 41 seconds. So let's take a commercial break, and we'll be right back after this.
There is truly no place like home. Right here in Eastern Oklahoma, Bravado Wireless provides the best unlimited talk, text, and data for only $40 a month. We believe in strong, connected communities. That's why we live stream community events like local football games. You may not know us by name, but we'll be at the same festivals and cheering for our kids on the same sidelines. Because we live where you live. Visit bravadowireless.com or visit one of our stores, where we make it easy to join our family. Bravado Wireless. We believe in the power of connection.
Chad Hendricks. Hey, we're back, and thanks for tuning in, Checotah, Oklahoma. And that's what it was, Brian. It's officials are taking a water break. Nothing wrong with that. I think there's been a lot of kids cramping up. We saw it that first week.
Yep.
So maybe they need a lot more water breaks. Need some IVs is what they needed.
See now, here's another new formation. They're in a pistol formation, trips to the left, and a single wide receiver to the right. And they're outmanned out here on the field. To the field side. They've got 2 defensive backs.
Another zero coverage. High snap. And was supposed to be a handoff, I believe, but Fisher's going to keep it and gain about 3 yards. That's high.
Fisher's on the daggum stop again.
And they've got Pippinger center, and I think this is their 3rd center for Eufaula this season. So that could be a part of the high snaps there.
Another Pippinger?
Yeah, they got Pippingers all over the place.
Yeah, they got them everywhere.
Fitzer remains your quarterback, number 2. 3 wide receivers this side of the field, 1 up top.
They've adjusted to it now. They've got 3 guys out covering.
Hands off this time to Alexander. Alexander's going to be swallowed up by that blue defense there.
I think the element of surprise is over for them. Todd Lackey on the stop there, 77 for the Checotah Wildcats.
So a loss of about 1.5 yards. So now we're going to move it to a 3rd and 9.
I think Checotah's kind of settled in. The surprise is kind of worn off. They're playing on Eufaula's side of the line of scrimmage. There's not a lot of push there, so they may have to go back to the air to set up the run, you know.
Exactly. The run worked a little bit early. Then the pass opened up. And
well, they came out passing, and it kind of set up the run while Checotah was confused. And now they've kind of settled in, so they may have to go back to throwing the ball around a little bit.
Timeout Eufaula, and Coach Norton wants to talk about this as you see walking out on the field to talk to him.
He's looking around for some answers right now.
Let's go ahead and take another quick commercial, and we'll be back in about 30 seconds.
Big wireless companies keep getting bigger and bigger, but their coverage where you live is still small. At Bravado Wireless, we provide the best unlimited talk, text, and data for only $40 a month, right here in Eastern Oklahoma. You deserve to connect fast to your family, friends, and colleagues, wherever they are, with no interruptions and no excuses. Don't buy into big. Go bold. Go Bravado. Visit bravadowireless.com or visit one of our stores, where we make it easy to join our family. Bravado Wireless. We believe in the power of connection.
Welcome back. And one thing I haven't seen, Brian, until this timeout is kind of some joking around and, butt patting in the Checotah huddle on defense, and a little less businesslike than what it's been the last couple of timeouts.
Yeah, they've loosened up a little bit. I think that they realize they may have gotten through the storm, but I think they're still in for a fight, man. The longer you leave an underdog around, the more they believe.
Shotgun formation, high snap.
There it is.
Immediately unloads. He's got a wide receiver down the sideline. Look at him go.
Oh, holy cow.
And he just got body slammed.
They're going to get a personal foul on that. Bailey absolutely. John Bailey had a block there.
We're going to watch it on replay here.
I think they're going to get a personal foul there. Yep, they're going to get him. Dad going.
And who was that that caught the ball? Did you catch the number on that one?
I want to say 33. Okay, maybe not.
Was it number 7?
Yep. Rome McDonald on the catch.
Tell you what, did a good job getting downfield. I don't know that I agree with that call, to be honest.
I think, oh no, they're marking it forward. I didn't see what happened afterwards.
They're calling a personal foul on Checotah. I mean, he made the tackle. He body slammed him, but that's part of football.
Yeah, they call it on Jacob Barrett there.
So 4 wide receiver set, 2 up top, 2 on bottom. Alexander's still your running back. Fisher calls the signals, now steps out, looks at the coach.
Looks like Fisher's coming off.
Oh, high snap over his head. He's got to go retreat and get it, and just falls on the ball. Holy cow, you get a positive and then ride around and pull a negative out of it.
Man, they've been playing with fire on those snaps all night long. So it finally came back to burn them.
So that is going to be a 10, 15.
Yeah, here we are. We're second and long again.
Wow. Second and 28.
15, 20. Yeah, right at 28, 30 yards again.
Second and 28. Wow.
Ball's on the 42-yard line.
That hurts.
Yep.
Fisher has to get rid of it, and it's got Pippinger
nice
in a flat. So
14 on the tackle there.
Nice tackle. Pippinger running an out pattern and picks up maybe 4 yards.
Yeah, Connor Jenkins there. See, they're closing from that free safety again. They're finding a lot of room in the flats, but that time they closed it down. Connor Jenkins came from his free safety spot. I remember in the first week, Shropshire was starting at free safety, and now they've got him at like a strong safety on that side.
Yeah, they've skinnied him up a little bit, and Checotah's going a lot of zero coverage.
Yeah.
So they believe heavily in their coveraging abilities.
Yep.
Another official timeout. I don't know what was going on.
What are we doing?
Must be a sideline warning, maybe. Maybe not.
I don't know.
I'm lost.
Like, the referee came off the Eufaula sideline.
So still now we're at 3rd and long.
Yep. 3rd and about 25. About 25.
3rd and about 25 to go. 4 wide receiver set, man in motion. Kurtzmeyer in motion, going to slide up to the top. And just throws
he's wide
it.
open.
Pippinger
Look
wide
at him.
open, and the motion seemed to have confused the defenders.
Yep, they went. They were man, so he followed him across, and then that little fake froze. The 14 got fooled with his eyes. He was staring in the backfield.
They brought Howard off the corner.
Yep.
In a blitz. So now we went from 3rd and long to 4th and a long 1, a short 2. They're going to call it 4th and 1 on the scoreboard. So we'll go with 4th and 1.
Checotah was lucky that they were bringing a lot of pressure there, because if he had been able to step into that, though, that was going to be 6.
Yes.
The receiver had to come back.
4th and 1. Eufaula will call a timeout.
Their second, so they'll have one more for the half.
Second timeout. And let's take one as well. So we'll take a timeout and come back right after this commercial. 4:07 left on the clock in the second quarter.
You are called to be bold. You have a right to the best wireless service, high-speed internet, and customer service at a price you can feel good about. At Bravado Wireless, we know this, and that's why we put you and your community first. We are owned and operated right here in Eastern Oklahoma. We live where you live. We proudly connect you to your family, friends, and business partners wherever they are. Dallas, Seattle, Taipei, Toronto, and anywhere else in the world. We are Bravado Wireless. We believe in the power of connection.
Back to Checotah, Oklahoma, and Ray Grandstaff Stadium, Oglefield. Lots of football tradition. A lot of football games been played on this turf. If the field turf could talk, imagine the stories it could tell.
Not all of them fit for consumption.
For not all of them for G-rated audiences, that's for sure.
Like this here telecast.
Yeah, I've played a few ball games on this field.
4th and 1 for Eufaula. Let's see if they can get a first down right here.
4th and 1 for the Ironheads. They're on the 31-yard line of the Checotah Wildcats.
They're coming an offset pistol.
Offset pistol, tight formation. Runs into the running back in the backfield, but he may have it.
The timing was again thrown off because of the high snap.
And let's see where they mark it. Brian, that should be a first down.
Yeah, it looked like he got that pretty easy. I don't know.
Boy, they got a bad spot.
Yeah, they sure did.
They got a really, I mean.
He's not there. He doesn't have this. According to where the chains are at.
No.
Good camera angle right there.
Yeah, it's great. I don't know if we can pull a replay and see where he actually fell across, but I don't think that was a good spot. They're going to come over and check it out.
Somebody tell Eufaula to throw the challenge flag.
And we're going to watch him place it all the way down. Oh, got it.
Boy, did he ever.
By a feather.
Barely.
By a feather.
But, hey, at the end of the day, he got it.
He got it. It's all that counts.
That's right, man.
He goes down the books.
They get another 4 now.
So they get 4 more tries. So,
hey, when you're playing Checotah, your best defense is your offense.
Right.
The longer you can keep those triplets off the field, the better off you are. And maybe that's what's contributed to Shropshire being a little bit off. They hadn't possessed the ball very much.
The timing, not much momentum, and all kinds of popcorn right there. So they're going to call it false start on Eufaula. 1st and 10 at the 30. That's what it is. False start, and Kurtzmeyer is going to check in for Eufaula as they're going to bring back in their wide receiver package.
Yeah, the last 2 snaps, they've lined up in a heavy set. 1 wide receiver, 2 backs, and extra
2 tight ends, right. So they're going to come in with
I think they're going to – I think maybe at halftime they're going to see that maybe spreading Checotah out is the way to go here. Mm-hmm. Here we are. We got 0 coverage. There's going to be something open downfield if he has time to throw it.
4 wide receivers. Kurtzmeyer, and the ball gets tipped.
Nice
so it flutters into Pippinger's hands, and maybe a 1-yard gain at the best.
Yeah. So now we're going to be 2nd down and 13, 14 on the 32-yard line of the Wildcat.
Whoa. 2nd and, I hurt my ears. 2nd and 13 on the 33.
We got twins to the top and twins to the bottom. Let's see what we got here.
4 wide receivers. Fitzer in the backfield, quarterback.
Oh, that'd be illegal procedure.
And Fitzer on the run, steps out of 1, on the run to his right, and is going to pick up about 5 yards on the scramble there.
John Bailey on the stop. John Barrett on the stop, and 14 was in there too.
So that will bring up 3rd and 9. 4 wide receiver set's going to stay out there. And I believe that's the 24 is Anderson, we believe.
Yeah.
So Anderson, the senior, now in the backfield with the sophomore quarterback, Fitzer. Fitzer takes the snap. High snap again.
There it is. Messed it up.
And that's probably a good play because the route was well covered.
Yeah, the timing keeps getting thrown off by those high snaps. They've got to figure out a way to get those snaps down. That was almost a lateral. It
was very close. It was
which would have made it out of bounds.
It was looks like it was supposed to be one of those slip screens.
Yep. And I think he was just throwing. I think he realized the timing was thrown off. He was throwing that away. So I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt on that.
Give him the benefit that he knew what he was doing there. Yep. 4th and 9. Now on Checotah's 30-yard line. Rolls out to his right. Fires. Had a man. And great defense there by Barrett. Slaps it away.
That's a blown route by somebody because both of those receivers are in the same place. There was a lot of traffic there on the short side of the field. Wish we could see that again. Somebody, I don't know if Bailey didn't run his route fast enough because I think they were counting on him to clear out that corner and throw that under route like they've been doing the whole game. That little 10 out. So
that'll be a turnover on downs, and on the 29-yard line, Checotah takes over. 4 wide receivers. Shropshire in the backfield. 2 top, 2 bottom. High snap. And
that is a
lateral. He better cover that up.
Yep.
And
2:05 left on the clock.
2:05.
They got lucky there.
Boy, big time. That was just a mess in the backfield. High snap, ran into Fisher, and
somehow they ended up getting 3 yards out of that. See, just the little subtleties of it, man. You know, Eufaula had a bad snap, and it was a blown play. They have a bad snap, a bad throw, pick it up, and they get 3 yards out of it.
That's that senior and that game presence.
Yep. Barrett was on top of things there. He picked it up and got 3.
Shropshire rolls out to his left. Got all kinds of white jerseys around and keeps backpedaling.
Oh, man.
Oh, goodness. That was
a big sack.
Yep. He thought he could get out of it and drops all the way down to the 11-yard line. And here's a nice shot from our sideline cam.
Yeah, right there.
Gray just did not give up.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
Gray, a sophomore. So that brings up 3rd and a half a mile. What plays do you have in your playbook on this one?
Well, man, I've got getting pressure.
Shropshire going deep. He's got a man. He's got Barrett. Oh, my goodness.
What a catch.
What a catch by the senior.
Nick Jones is on the coverage right there.
Barrett's holding the shoulder. So Barrett's on the sideline. Here's our replay right here, Brian. Shropshire senior steps up into the pocket. Barrett's got a step on him. Over the shoulder catch. That's just a fantastic grab.
Throw and catch.
That's a nasty combination.
The defensive back never found the ball. That was his mistake. I think he could have made a play on it if he just turned back.
4 wide receivers. Shropshire looks to his left. He's got a man, and it's Collette, and he drops it.
There's that Bailey again.
And Bailey just tattoos him.
He heard footsteps, man.
You're going to see this hit right here on the replay.
Right there. Put his shoulder pad in the ribs. Hunter Hamilton right there, I think, heard footsteps.
Four wide receivers, 3 up top. Fisher in the backfield, set to the right. Shropshire hands it to Fisher. Fisher up the middle is going to bounce to his left. Not much there, but he will pick up 3 yards on the play.
50, 40, 39. See what the Checotah coaches are doing here.
So we're counting down in the seconds here.
Joseph Mills there on the stop for Eufaula.
36 seconds, 3rd and 7.
Eufaula's decided that Fisher's not going to beat them. If they're gonna get beat, they're gonna get beat by somebody else. They're really keying on him.
And I think that's a pretty good bet right there. Again, hand off to Fisher, and we'll pick up 2. So this brings up 4th and 5. And clock winds down. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and a timeout with 3 seconds left. Now, folks, stick around because at halftime we will catch Coach Hendricks going into halftime and talk to him about this 14-0 lead right now. And then coming out of halftime, we will catch Coach Newton
with our ace sideline reporter,
Demi Smith, our ace sideline reporter. So
who is doubling as a camera operator, and she's been doing a pretty good job.
She has been doing
some good angles.
She's been doing fantastic. We have we've strengthened our reach. We even have a guy over covering in Seminole that's going to give us some footage over there, and so that kind of left Demi running it by herself.
It's Brian with an eye, fellas. So we got 3 seconds. Let's see what they've got in mind here. Of course, maybe just like their 3rd and 30 play, drop back and throw it as far as you can to number 3.
That's right, and he should be back in.
Let's see how Eufaula comes out. See if they just line up on the goal line. I'm one of those that's going to have my best athlete back there on the goal line looking to make a play. But
what do?
You put a Pippinger back there.
You knock it down.
Yep.
All right. Shropshire takes snaps. Looking. He's under pressure. Gets. Oh. Wow. Didn't see that sack.
Yep. 58 there, wasn't it?
Eufaula defense, stepping up. Yep. So we are in halftime, and then we'll have Demi coming up on the sideline. We'll interview Coach Hendricks.
This will be I'm interested to see this halftime.
Here we go now. We got him down there.
Hi, I'm Demi. I'm back with Bravado TV, and I've got Coach Hendricks here from Checotah. All right, Coach Hendricks, did Eufaula come out looking a little different than what you were expecting?
No, we expected that. It's a rivalry game, and they're going to come out ready to play, and we've been telling our kids that all week, and we have to come out and have a better half.
All right, y'all looked a little bit shooken after the first plays on.
Yeah, we just come in. We got to settle down and do what we do best and get back to it.
All right. Well, what are you going to tell your team in the locker room to tell them to keep the lead?
If we don't start playing better, we're not going to win this game.
All right. Thanks, Coach. Thanks. And back to y'all.
Now entering the field for your halftime entertainment is the Pride of Eufaula Marching Band. The Pride is under the field leadership of Cy Curtis. Color guard captains are Cheyenne Bells and Amanda Cox. The Pride will be performing their first two movements of this year's show of Peter Tchaikovsky's Swan Lake. The Pride is under the direction of Pat Hook and Samantha Faulkner. Color guard coordinator is Angel Clark. Is your band ready? And now, the one, the only, that band from E-Town, the Pride of Eufaula.
Entering the field is the class of Checotah, under the direction of Jim Davis and Ashley Hackler. Additional staff includes Jeremy Hayes, Lynn McGow, and Easton Rogers. The 2018 drum majors are Sierra Brinsfield and Sarah Rice. Drum captain, John Roberts. Color guard captains, Callie Ham and Akeisha Punzik. This year's show is entitled Beyond the Light.
More breaking news, this time out of southern
Reports of a school shooting in California. The sheriff's there saying the reports of death.
Shots in offices next to the school.
I am not joking. They just shot through the walls.
Staff that we've spoken with here are expressing a combination of fear over what happened, of explosive devices.
I'll never be able to forget that day.
Surrounding area of the school.
59, police say they have already let their cell
I was walking into the school. School's a place that's supposed to be safe. Nothing ever happens in this town. Everyone was everywhere. How could this happen? These are the kind of things that are on the news. Never in a million years did I think it could happen here. Not at my school. Not to me.
Could I have your attention, please? We have a red Chevrolet Creek Nation tag D7M93 that's blocking the road. It needs to be moved or it will be towed. A red Chevrolet with a Creek Nation tag D7M93 needs to be moved immediately.
Got a word from the trailer, and we're going to restart the stream. And so if it goes black, just refresh it and check back with us in just a minute or so. So bear with us. We'll be right back.
Big wireless companies keep getting bigger and bigger, but their coverage where you live is still small. At Bravado Wireless, we provide the best unlimited
We have
talk,
another
text,
announcement
and
with
data.
Jacob Elliott. Please report to the ticket booth. Jacob Elliott, please report to the ticket booth.
Wherever they are, with no interruptions and no excuses. Don't buy into good. Go bold. Go Bravado. Visit bravadowireless.com or visit one of our stores, where we make it easy to join our family. Bravado Wireless. We believe in the power of connection.